Okay, so the title of the stream, I don't know if the YouTube video title will be the same. I don't know if I'll put this on YouTube. Hopefully it goes decently. It's called Playing the Same Opening Repertoire Every Game. And it's an opening repertoire I show some students. Now every student kind of has their own differences, but I'm going to stick with what I teach most often. I was planning to play a QGD, but B3 is an attempt to maybe create a novelty. Yeah, B3 looks dubious, but how do I exploit it? I'm wondering if this makes any sense. Probably not too soon. Like usually the problem with B3, it's weakening at least to the C3 square. So I'm wondering, I'm actually calculating like lines E5, bishop B4 check. C5 could also make some sense. I think I'll start with C5. And it'll actually be like a reverse Queen's Gambit with B3 included, which I don't think should be that useful for white. Maybe it will be okay, like white can play bishop B2. So I'm trying to figure out these lines, like E5. Because usually in Queen's Gambit, the main move is E4. Maybe I'm taking this too seriously. I mean, he's only 1400. I'm also thinking about this, E6. And if B4, then there's this like well-known trap. Let's play E6. I just want to win back the pawn. We'll see if white tries to defend it. There's not too many ways to defend it. B4, bishop A3, bishop E3. Hello to people. Hello Nirvan Raymond. Gerd Buscan. As Bellica. Belgium Novice, good to see you back. Sean's pawn. Okay, so he defends with bishop E3. Interesting. There's an idea to take in Queen A5 check. The problem with that is B4. Whoa, it's bits. Double OP, black double O. There's also knight A6 ideas. I think knight A6 is very logical. Just attacking the pawn another time, discouraging B4. The problem with the bishop on E3, it blocks white in, like white can't develop the pawn, which means the bishop's a bit more stuck. Can't complain. Have to always consider ideas like this because B3 has been played so early. Don't worry, I'm not in flagging danger yet. I have spent a lot of time, probably unnecessarily. Let's take with the knight or the bishop? Let's take with knight. And now we trade. Now I'm happy to have this dark squared bishop. And I'm especially happy that he doesn't have a dark squared bishop. And because he's played B3, there's all these dark square weaknesses. This is like a dream come true for the bishop. So he defended against my threats. I was threatening queen here to double attack. I mean, I could still probably play queen here followed by bishop b4. Or bishop b4 immediately. Bishop b4, queen d4 hits these two things. Maybe queen a5. This is a matter of like finding forcing moves. Being concrete. Queen a5 looks nice. And there's not too many options, and I'm threatening ideas of that. Let's play queen a5. I'm not scared of bishop b5 check. Bishop b5, king f8. And then white has issues. And yeah, this knight's going to be problematic. Even if I'm not winning material right away. Okay, he wants to play queen b5. Let's play bishop. Bishop b4 looks decent. Looking at lines, queen b5 takes, bishop d7 takes, knight e2, rook c8, king d2, knight f6, and there's a lot of pressure. Oh, there's also taking on c3 followed by rook hc8 in that line. So he plays this. which now queen b5 is no longer possible. I think I'll just play this. Easy developing move, threatening knight e4. Just want to attack the pinned piece one more time and also drink some tea. Hikaru says hi. I say hi to Hikaru. You can't spell Hikaru without hi. Wait, that doesn't say Hikaru. It says Hiraku. Who's Hiraku? Hikaru's evil twin. Castling queenside. So unpinning the knight, but walking into a volcano, essentially. Let's play bishop d7. I'm not going to bite immediately, but I'm going to bite eventually. And there's so many ideas here. And now I'm also preventing the queen trade. 100 bits from Starfighter. For the people who are recommending openings, I've actually already determined my opening repertoire for this tournament. And I don't have it in my stream title, but I had it in the Go Live notification. Go Live notification says playing aggressive openings, or playing aggressive e4 openings as white. And then Dragon Sicilian and Queen's Gambit declined as black. And there's some other openings which aren't mentioned, which I might have to react to. But I'm going to try and have some consistency with these games. Okay, so my pieces are like all developed. I still need to castle. And it's a question, this is a question how to like eventually break through with the attack. Because it's not easy to like mate on b2 right away. Unless it's Bughouse. Then I would just need to play this and get a queen. I mean, I might slow play this. I might play like castling, rook c6, rook fc8. I'm just continually putting straws on the camel's back. I feel like with this setup, I'm reading the chat less because I have to like physically turn my head on a different monitor. But okay, good to see people are talking. Ontario gang. From Ontario? I'm going to Canada this summer. I'll be in Montreal. Switzerland. That's a country I want to go back to. I was in Basel for one day, but only one day. Didn't really see much. You want to see a fried liver? Fried liver is not in the repertoire that I'll be playing. I'll be playing dragon as black. I'll be playing, actually, if we have a 2 knights and I'm white, I'll be playing a nice aggressive line. Nilesy, back in the chat. Good to see you back. Shout out to Cool Guy. Shout out to Chris HDTV. Wait, what's a syllogism? Syllogism or syllogism? I'm always nervous about like asking about words that I've never heard before. Probably won't ask Siri. Okay, let's castle. I don't think f3 changes too much. I mean, maybe white is preparing some pawn break or some pawn storm. But I'm preparing some rook lift or some doubling of rooks. And yeah, this one move, b3, I think it's going to come back to bite white. Because to play b3 so early and then eventually castle queenside, it's not a great combo. Was that a free knight? Did I miss a free knight? Why did I not take a free knight? He plays knight a4. Oh, I forgot I played rook c8 with a threat. I just trusted him. Never trust your opponents. Thankfully, I'm still in very good shape. I'm winning a pawn. I guess in order to win the knight, I would have had to trade off my bishop. Maybe it wasn't worth it. Probably was worth it. I'm just slightly blind. Getting distracted by big words in the chat. So now the b file's kind of open-ish. I can invade with rook c3 or bishop c3. I mean, you should probably calculate rook c3, queen b5. Bishop c3, queen b5. There's also e5. Maybe what I can do is e5. Kick the knight first. Okay, everything's winning. Let's play e5. Kick the knight. If it goes to b3, it looks like it's defending stuff, but it's not defending b2. And this is a promised land for my queen. b2 is actually a very difficult square to defend. I'm looking for ways. Maybe, oh no. I'm thinking king a1, rook b1, but a1's off limits. And this idea is just too slow. Well, probably the only way to stop mate is to give away the queen. Ah, there's this. I forgot, now the knight can move and the queen will defend backwards. But it's not going to help, because I'll have the rook lift. So knight c1, rook c6. And queen moves anywhere here, play this. Oh, but then bishop e5. Maybe the game can keep going. Yeah, white's actually being resourceful. I mean, let's do this anyway. Looks good. If I'm not mating, I'm at the very least like winning material. Like one line, queen b3, rook b6, bishop b5, queen a5. Double threat of the bishop and the knight. And a6 possibilities. New location. Yeah, I'm in the cave. I'm in the chess bra apartment. And there's no chess bras anywhere. I think they all moved to Iceland. At least temporarily. Schedule. I did add a few more events to my schedule. Ooh, rook b6 is fun. I will be playing a few of the shield arenas coming up. I think the classical shield arena and the hyperbolic shield arena. So very different types of chess. Okay, good game. I mean, that was slightly careless of me. If I saw the knight was hanging, I would have taken it, but it all worked out. Back to tournament. I'm in the top 1,000, 906. What openings am I doing? So I'm going to be doing some aggressive but sound e4 openings. And I'll be doing Dragon Sicilian as black against e4, and Queen's Gambit declined as black against d4. So I'm black again. d4, okay. So last game my opponent played b3. This game hopefully we'll have something a bit more standard. We might see a London. Hey, we see a London, just as I was saying that. Jama Ika Feeling was saying maybe a few Londons as well. So let's take down the London. c5. This is my recommendation, usually with knight c6 and queen b6 to follow. White might be playing the right move order. Here there's knight f3, which is slightly dubious. Knight d2 is the better move. And now the problem with going for queen b6 is that after queen b3, c4, queen c2, I would like to play bishop f5, but he could just take it, because after queen takes b2, the rook's not trapped. So I'm going to go default to a different line that is also a bit tricky. Starts with e6, and then it's a line that Wesley So pioneered. It looks passive at first, like I block in my bishop, trading on d4, which usually white doesn't mind. The idea is after e takes d4, I can play knight h5. So I'm breaking a few principles, moving the same piece twice, moving away from the center, blocking in my own bishop. But the whole idea, I want to get the bishop here. And if white tries to keep the bishop on the board, then there's interesting types of counterplay. For example, if bishop here, I play something like this, and then eventually knight f4. If bishop here, never mind. If bishop here, I would have the same plan of accessing f4. I think I can do this. And yeah, the natural move bishop d3 just runs into knight f4. Then the best move is probably to go back to f1. And f6 is actually useful, even though maybe it seems weakening at first. I want to prepare e5 and just have a good center. And like everything kind of has its purpose for black. Like even this bishop will find a home someday. Wait, what? I evolved from Michal Tal. I saw Michal Tal in Latvia. At least saw a statue of him. Have to find the picture. But first things first. Queen c2. Signifying that white might castle queenside and then go for some kingside attack. Also, if I castle and he plays bishop d3, there's immediate threat. So I'm thinking I could delay it. I could play knight f4 immediately. I could play g5 maybe. Like, I'm not too scared. I'm just trying to sort out the options. Like e5 also may be possible in the near future. I'm actually wondering, like castling bishop d3, wondering about this move g6. This takes g6 doesn't work. I have knight g7. Otherwise, yeah, let's castle. Because I wanna get ready to play e5. I have ideas of like maybe queen b6 or queen e8. Whoa! Niall Homer gifting 10 subs. Thanks, Niall Homer. I don't know if there's sound for the subscriber thing, but I appreciate the gifts. I'll read off the names if I get a chance. I'm playing g6, going along with the plan. Welcome everyone to the new sub club. Some stuff I just missed in the chat. I still want to bring up the picture of me and Tal. But yeah, new subs: Zothar, Benji Bob, Juru. Wait, is the sub notification working? Pretty sure it is. But maybe it's not. Editor? Alert box? Oh, the alert box is under. There we go. Okay, that was being hidden. Sorry about that. So while my opponent thinks, who else do we have? Juru88. A name with no consonants or no vowels, so I can't pronounce it, but I can spell it. KNWNW. Spectacular Camel. Bad Abap. CCKC. Helsinki Freund. Victual Squid. And Schwalben Chess. Welcome everyone. And thanks again to Nile Homer. Okay, so castling queenside. This is going to be a sharp game, but it should be hopefully straightforward to play for a win. So I do want to attack. I could consider playing this immediately. Why not? Attack, defend, attack. Not sure if I ever want to take on g2 because rook g1, but I like a knight on f4. I still want a complete development like bishop d7, rook c8, ideas of knight b4. So bishop f1. Actually thinking about this. If takes, bishop f5, intermesso. Not sure if white ever wants to play g3. My knight might be stable here. Takes. Bishop f5, queen b3. Takes. I mean, this just looks great. d3 could be weak. Going for it. If white doesn't take, I have ideas of e4. So white takes. So bishop f5. Oh, bishop f5, there's queen a4 attacking this knight. And I can't take back with pawn. That was a slight oversight. So let's take first. If he doesn't take and allows bishop f5, then life is so good. I have so much dominance over the square. I'm expecting takes. And I still have ideas of bishop f5. And I'll have two beastly bishops combined with the c file. And the king won't be able to escape because I'll control b1. Like even now, king b1 just runs into bishop f5. Joe Bruin, good to see you back. Knight d4. So trying to prevent this. Not a bad move, I don't think. I'm thinking just bishop here, but then knight b3. Here's queen a5, then king b1. Should speed up the tempo too. Queen a5, king b1. Bishop c5, knight b3. Takes, knight takes. Rook c8. I'm not seeing anything clear. Bishop g4 ideas. I'm looking at like all the forcing moves. King b1. So what does white want to do here? Can I just leave the tension somehow and improve, like bishop d7 or g5? The knight is so annoying, controlling f5. It's on one square I want access to. So bishop g4 f3, does that help me in any way? Probably just helps white. There's also some idea here, bishop g3, then bishop g4. Bishop g4 and then maneuver. Takes a long time though. Okay, I just have to decide on a move. Maybe queen b6. Or b5. Queen a5, king b1. Okay, I have an idea. I'm going to start with king or queen b5 because it prevents white from doing anything immediate. Has to defend this pawn. I'm expecting king b1. Now I'll play this. Just simple, not really changing too much. I'm trying to actually provoke knight b3, which looks very natural, and then after I'll play queen b6 and get ready to push the a-pawn. White's going for something different. Let's move the knight back. I'll be speeding things up. Be very happy if bishop takes and I take, then have bishop f5 later. Also have ideas of like rook, either rook to c8. Okay, never mind, I was thinking pawn storming with the b pawn. But now I'll pawn storm with the a pawn. And good to see more people. Pawn Star, 2306 Roy, bits from Sinister Hologram. Thanks for the bits. And thanks for the comment. Even if you're insulting my jokes. F4. Let's play. Can I do this? Or this? Let's do this. I'm threatening knight e3. Now I have the bishop pair. White doesn't have a light squared bishop, and I do. And this is a dream. Knight d2 expected. Have to probably play rook c8. I mean, this would be fancy here and then here, but then knight e4. Okay, I'll play rook c8. f4 is kind of hanging. Whoa, it's Chess in the chat. What's up, Chess? Such an OG name. Can I take? No, I can't take. And there's so much pressure when like chess itself is watching. What do I do? Bishop here? Well, that hangs a pawn. Bishop g4. I could just take the other bishop. I feel like there's something good somewhere. Let's just put a rook on an open file. Rooks on open files have smiles. I can take this whenever I want to, unless he moves it, but then maybe I can take this. This square, if I get any minor piece to the square, that would be so nice. Like the knight or the bishop. This is another case if this were Bug House. Like, it's just so amazing. I mean, you can't spell Lichess without chess, right? I'll be going to San Francisco soon for the PCL finals. Really looking forward to the event. Whoa, f5. Okay, time is running low. Take with knight or bishop? Taking with bishop keeps initiative. Taking with knight is more positional. Let's take with bishop, keeping initiative. In the end, I'll be hitting the rook and f5. But f5 is defended 3 times. Rook f3 might come. Yeah, this is going to be a fight. I could take... We trade some stuff. Wait a minute. No, if white wants to take a bunch of times, he has to sack the exchange. So takes, 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 takes. There's some comp, but probably not enough comp for white. I'll play queen e6. There won't even be any checks. I'll hold on to my pawns. Life will be good. King h8, I'll be safe. How many people will be in San Francisco for the PCL finals? Pretty sure Eric Hansen will be there. I think Fabiano will be there. All these people. Okay, so this is what I was calculating, and I'm feeling pretty safe. Like, even though there's not the best shelter, there's not too many attackers. And maybe I can start attacking. Past pawn 99 with a sub. Good to see you back. Yeah, long time no see. I'm not playing in Iceland. That's a tournament that's on my bucket list, but it takes planning. And honestly, I would want to go to Iceland just for travel and not necessarily to play like a 9-round tournament. So I might try to go there at some point. Because I've been there, I mean, I've flown through like the airport. I did like a 2-day trip there, but it wasn't that long. It was too short to really see everything. Okay, I should not flag. Let's play, well, let's not hang f6. What do I do here? Where's the quickest win? Queen e5. Let's start with king h8. I mean, 46 seconds is still a decent amount of time. Another sub, InfSec. Thanks for subbing. The subs get access to the don't flag emotes, which I usually need constant reminders for. Okay, rook h8. Not too scared. Let's play rook here. I just want to play queen f5, trade queens, keep life simple. All this don't flag. Thanks for reminding. But you're also kind of distracting me because now I'm just looking at the chat, forgetting about the board. Okay, let's check. Defending, and now maybe I win a knight. King c1 expected. King c1, rook d8 or rook e2. Let's play rook d8. I was looking at rook e2, but then queen h6 was kind of weird. Knight f3 maybe expected. Let's just do this. I mean, everything's defended, I think. Bits from someone. Brogan! 500 bits, distraction bits. But I'm not getting distracted too much, I don't think. I'm keeping my pawns defended. I have to try harder if you want to distract me. I want to play b4. Just keep storming. There we go. a5, keep storming. Rook g3, queen h6. Have to give white credit though. I mean, playing some decent resistance. I want to play queen g6 next. And rook b8, and pre-move that. I think white's going to flag, despite being up time so much of the game. Okay, maybe not the best technique, and not the best time management for sure, but it was an interesting position. Maybe I played e5 too soon. I should probably should have prepared it. I'm actually looking now at queen a5, king b1, and then e5. Then this is a monster threat. Whoa, it's more bits. From Brogan. 500 good game bits. Yeah, good game bits are usually better than distraction bits. If we look at the board, What does Stockfish say? Queen a5, big plus for black. Oh, queen a5. Oh yeah, queen a5 is up there. Bishop d7. Stockfish is so patient sometimes. But queen a5, what does white do? Yeah, g3 would be ugly. Okay, yeah, it was pleasant. Yeah, this is a more high-level line. Like, I think most amateurs aren't aware of this move order. But it's good to be prepared as black. And it's still offbeat enough where you can get white out of their comfort zone. So, let's go back to tournaments. We have another sub. Whoa, we don't have another sub. That's a badge. Brogan just earned the new 5K bits badge. Congratulations, Brogan. I didn't know that was a thing. Wow. Well, I played daily Hyper. I have it in my schedule to play the Hyper Shield Arena. I feel fast, like this mouse. This is an Eric Hansen mouse. It has such a good feel. Let's keep this instructive and not berserk. I'm black again? This is my third black in a row. What's going on? Is my opponent here? Maybe opening up my stream? Shout out to my opponent. Ah, too slow. Hey, I gained a rating point. Back to tournament. Oh yeah, I was gonna bring up a picture of me and Tall. Flickr.com, what was it? Eric Rosen photography albums. Let me find this picture. This was a while ago. People were mentioning Tall. Latvia. Hey, I'm white in a game. Let's play e4. Okay, get ready for a picture of Tall. Whoa, 1,000 bits. Finally caught a stream. These are distraction bits. It's hard to distract me at the beginning of a game. Come to Sweden and play sometime. I went to Sweden. I was in Sweden for like an hour. I took a ferry from Denmark. I got off the ferry, had to go through passport control. It was the only time I've gone through passport control that wasn't like off a plane. What is this line? D6. A few years ago, I was in Australia, and I was playing someone who played this line, and I was preparing like pretty heavily for it. Because D6, it's a playable move. I'm sure my opponent's just playing it, like just trying to follow basic opening principles. But there's an interesting way to meet it. Usually after bishop b6, I can play bishop to b5. It's maybe a bit strange looking, but this pin can be annoying. I'm trying to remember what to do after this. Maybe just castling. Or do I play, is there d5? Oh, probably just castling. Trying to remember why the bishop wants to be on b5. Oh yeah, it wants to be on b5 to not allow bishop g4. Like if white allows bishop g4, like there's a lot of pressure against d4. So now I can develop hopefully pretty comfortably. I might even play h3 because black's now, is black threatening bishop g4? Probably not yet because I would have d5. So I'll develop, and then after castling, then black's threatening bishop g4, and then I'll play h3. And this is one of the reasons why you should, like when you learn openings, you should understand ideas rather than just memorizing moves. Because I studied this like a couple years ago, but I remember this specific idea, like don't allow bishop g4. And now it's just pleasant. Like the dream opening setup. People are saying stuff in the chat. You end up down a few points. By points, do you mean material? Or do you mean computer evaluation? Oh yeah, in computer analysis against QGD. I mean, Queen's Gambit declined. You shouldn't be like losing out of the opening. It has a solid reputation. Sometimes computer will spit out like plus 0.5 or plus 0.8, and it's still a very like solid playable position. So the main thing I would say is don't trust the computer too much in terms of like if it's only giving like a fraction of a point. If it's giving like +2, then something has gone wrong. I play bishop here or bishop c4? Probably bishop here, having access to these squares. You enjoyed the cameo the other night with Eric and Fabi. Yeah, the other night. This wasn't on my stream, it was on the Chess Bra stream. It was Eric Hansen, Fabiano, Benjamin Bach. I was the second lowest rated player in the apartment because there was Lawrence. But it was a good group, good time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a delay with the stream. It's usually like 5 or 10 seconds. Knight g6. First move that comes to mind is bishop g5. If I can provoke f6, I'm happy. Let's do it. If f6, I can play bishop b3 check, then move back. I'm trying to calculate. Bishop b3, king here, and move back. Black does have f5. But then I have like knight g5 ideas. Let's do it. The great thing about this position, I have the space advantage, and all of the minor pieces are on the board, which just favors me. Whoa, it's a donation. Jonathan Sampson saying, loving your videos on YouTube and tipping there with BAT from Brave. What does that mean? I'm not sure what tipping there with BAT from Brave means. Or bat from Brave? Is bat a type of currency? Okay, this is an interesting move. Bishop c2, knight c4, bishop c1. I just don't want to trade off minor pieces if it's not necessary. And if knight c4, bishop c1, the knight's kind of awkward. b3 ideas. Question, do you use your thumb to click the primary mouse button? Yes, this is like when I did the St. Louis Chess Club YouTube videos when I was first starting out. This was one of the biggest criticisms because this is how I hold the mouse. People can see. My thumb is on the button. I don't know, it's been a habit. I've just gotten used to it. I know it looks kind of weird, but I mean, deal with it. b3. I'm gonna trap the knight. b3, knight a5. Maybe I just play slow. And let's start with b3. Easy move. I think maybe one reason why I use it weirdly is because I'm like I write lefty, and I was trained to use a mouse righty, and I still do different things like depending on the thing. I do some things lefty, some things righty, so it's slightly confusing. Some things I can do like with both hands, like ping pong, chopsticks. Okay, knight a5. I want to play d5, prevent knight c6. d5 opens up some stuff. You know, it's a great position, just a question how to make things even better. I mean, I'm not sure what black's going to do next. I might just play rook e1. Like, very simple improving move. Sometimes this is not a bad strategy. Instead of taking so much time, just play simple improving moves. Wait for the opponent to either give you some opportunity, give you some targets, or just self-destruct. Oh, BAT is a utility token in the Brave browser. I use it to support streamers and content creators. You can verify your account to receive the BAT. Oh, interesting. So I have to get the Brave browser. I think I've heard about this actually. Like there's a point in time I was like more into cryptocurrency. Okay, I'll look into it. I do appreciate it. Bishop a7, so maybe preparing b5. I want to play h4, h5, but that allows bishop g4. Play bishop e3. Want some plan. Could maneuver the knight. Don't see anything wrong with this. Knight g3. Want to be in shape to attack. Have access to all these squares. Maybe someday this and either this or this. Like if both knights and both bishops can start at least having some potential, it'll be more fun for everyone except my opponent. Is this my main opening repertoire? I have different types of repertoires. This is more of a student repertoire. The reason why I like to play and study so many openings is because different students play different types of openings, and it's fun to like learn the ins and outs and the nuances. And certain openings are suited better for certain levels of players and certain styles of players. Which is why, like, sometimes I let my students choose their openings, or if they need help, I'll recommend them what to play. Still looking for plans. c5 could be coming next. Idea with c5 is black wants to get rid of this pawn, get the e5 square. I could take. Looking at just some simple idea like knight f5. Like knight f5 attacking this. I'd be attacking the rook and f7. Here it takes, attack the knight, and get the bishop pair. I've already had the bishop pair in like 2 games so far. I think I will play this. Makes things a bit complicated. There's a lot of things that could be traded or taken very soon. Would you ever do a course for Chessable? Very possibly, yeah. If I did a course for Chessable, it would be on, it would be some opening repertoires, obviously. I just have so many things on my plate. But in the, not the too distant future, but kind of between the near future and distant future would be when I consider doing a Chessable course. H4, H5 ideas now. Okay, I should move quicker. Just want to get the bishop to f4. D5 also very logical. So many options. Let's play this. Clear plan. If the knight moves away, oh, I guess he could take. Takes h5, knight e5. I take. I mean, there's so much that can happen. Like, you could take here first, trade rooks if you want. I mean, if bishop takes right away, I think I'm happy. We trade everything, this knight is hit in the end. If knight e7, I mean, I'll be happy if I have the bishop pair at the end of this. It's been a while since I played Benoni. I'll occasionally get like Benoni structures, but having or playing a mainline Benoni almost never. Another sub, Maj JK Sonovich. Thanks for subbing. An Infinite Flash Chess rating with a party of 5. Thanks so much. So did I take here first? Yeah, let's take. Have the knights support each other. I actually could be losing a pawn. Like, if bishop takes, I have to take with knight. And then there's knight takes h4. I think I'd be happy to lose the h-pawn though. Get the queen to h5. Like queen h5, knight g6, e5. Opening up the bishop. The more arrows you draw, the faster the checkmate you'll find. I'm not sure if arrows, or the number of arrows correlate with speed of checkmating. Be an interesting data science problem. Rafrica, welcome back. Yeah, for the person using the London emote. I guess I did have a London last game, but the only time I'll have a London for this stream is playing against a London. Any travel plans for near future? Yes. I'll be going to California, possibly LA, and definitely San Francisco. This is a serious move, attacking the rook, pressuring this guy. Probably bishop e3. Or bishop d2 even, skewering. I was about to play bishop e3, but this looks better. The queen has to move. Queen c7 does defend the knight. But then I can carry through with h5 or queen h5. Or even like queen c7 takes, and then takes here. Looks good. Rook c1. I have a feeling white's going to lose on time. Or not white, but black's going to lose on time. I was thinking of last game where my opponent lost on time. Oh, Ray was asking what my favorite openings were, and you use a London emote. Okay, gotcha. Makes sense. Yeah, I'll save like a London repertoire probably for another stream. Whoa, free queen, kind of. White's winning material for it though. Like white won the minor piece, 2 minor pieces, and now the exchange. But I have counterplay. If rook e7, I have queen here hitting this and threatening knight f7. Yeah, it's nice having an extra queen. Am I going to California for chess related work? Yeah, I'll be in San Francisco for the Pro Chess League finals. Last year I was there. I was doing work for US Chess, taking photos. Took a lot of photos last year. And actually, if you look on like chess.com, they're using a lot of my photos to promote the event, which is pretty cool. Whoa, knight here. Does this work? Knight here, king here. Knight h6, king h8. There's no smothered mate. Confusing. I mean, I could do anything and flag him, but I want to play something Something nice. Knight f7. Like, what's the best move here? I don't think knight f7 actually works. At least it's so effective. Maybe just queen h5. Maybe queen c5. There's lots of different targets. He'll probably take a rook. I'm threatening b4 and threatening to flag him. Can you threaten to flag your opponent? Okay, good game. Yeah, that was reasonably solid. There's some offbeat opening. Yeah, this bishop e5 move is nice. Because if white doesn't play bishop e5, I think it's not bad for black. Like castling and bishop g4, and it's kind of annoying. Why did knight f7 not work? If I play knight f7 in the end, okay, computer says everything's winning. Knight f7 here runs into king g8, and then any knight discovery, with the exception of knight h6, will lose a queen. So I have to like double check. Then after this, queen g8 fails to rook takes g8. I don't have knight f7 mate. Meanwhile, the queen and the knight would be attacked. So, wait, did it work? People are saying it worked. Let's check Stockfish. Stockfish knows best. I mean, white's still winning. Like queen c5 here still. But in this position, yeah, I mean, it's still playable if I go for this queen c5 move eventually. But yeah, queen c5 immediately is just better because my knight's more centralized. Andrew Chess, welcome back. Okay. So I already referenced like a few photos. I guess I can show photos here. I move this. There's a photo of me and Tal. This was taken in Latvia. In Latvia, people have like S's at the end of their names. I don't know if it's like a misspelling or a custom, but yeah. So that's a photo. I have a Flickr page with a bunch of photos. Maybe I'll link the Pro Chess League photos are somewhere on the Flickr page. Anyway, let's play another game. I'm in 300th place. I'm on a streak. I'm not going to be fighting for first. Maybe I'll be fighting for top 100 or something. When did Tal... Yeah, when did Tal pass away? I'm not sure. I'm sure Wikipedia knows. Oh, there's a Tal emote. Oh, from Naroditsky. Nice. Alright, so, sticking with the same repertoire. Queen's Gambit declined. Whoa, we have a Blackmar Diemer. When in doubt, accept the Gambit and win a pawn. I'm actually not in doubt though. Like, this is still kind of classic stuff. Usually white plays f3. Now I'm going to play a move which is part of my repertoire, part of my preparation. It's a very strange looking move at first. Pawn c6. The idea is that after, or if white were to take, I could play e5 with a nice position. Bishop f4 I've never seen before. And now I'm on my own. I mean, bishop f5 looks very intuitive. I don't want to take. I don't want to make white happy and accelerate his development. Queen a5 is also a move. It's one of the possibilities with playing c6 early. I'm going to play bishop f5. Just defending. Bishop g6 could be very solid. Why didn't I berserk? I'm not really looking to like fight for a top spot in the tournament, and I'm trying to be instructive with these games. There will be other times where I'll berserk a lot more frequently, but g4. g4 is interesting because if I move back, g5, knight d5, knight d5, I hit the bishop. So I don't think white is actually winning a pawn or winning the pawn back. Does Shirov have a statue? So, I mean, Shirov's still alive, doing pretty well. Actually, in the same Flickr album, I also have a picture with Shirov, like real life Shirov. He's not dead yet. That's so optimistic. No, Shirov's like, I mean, I played him in Latvia, and he's still an active player. Knight d5. Knight d5 is a candidate move. The question is, like, is white threatening anything? I guess now that the bishop's defended, white might want to take. So I could consider taking f3. Takes f3, queen takes f3, queen takes d4. Then rook d1. And then it's a little bit scary, but I'd be up 2 pawns. There's some interesting calculation. Takes f3, queen takes d4, rook d1, bishop e4. Bishop e4. Queen e2. Let's take f3 first. I'm not sure if I'll take d4. I might just go and be solid, but I'll let white think. Yeah, I don't want to like give him the d file. I don't want to put so much energy into a position where I can just develop normally. Knight d7 probably. And okay, there's some attacking potential. It's gonna be a sharp game. Bishop e5. Interesting. Considering bishop b4. Bishop b4, g5, and there's bishop h5. Yeah, let's play bishop b4. While I create some ideas, I'm gonna find the picture. There's a picture of Shirov. Latvia. Could take, but then pawn takes. Maybe h6. h6 there's knight e4. So I could take, I mean I could start trading a lot of stuff and then knight or then h6 preventing knight e4. Feels wrong giving away my bishop. Takes, h6. Oh, let's go for this. Oh, we have another sub. Thanks for the sub. Fell Tub 85. I need to find a way to turn on a sound. Pawn takes I was not expecting. I think still this. Actually, this is stronger now. Because he still doesn't have access to e4 and knight h3, bishop e4. And I might just be winning a full rook. Or a queen. Okay, let's find Shirov. This picture. This picture. People can't see it. Now people can kind of see it. It's blurry. The game he beat me, like I was lost after 11 or 12 moves. And it's on YouTube too. If you just type in like my name and Shirov into YouTube, it was it's a painful memory. What was this move? Queen h3. Queen h3, pinning the pawn to the rook. What a miracle save. I'm considering king e7, defending my rook, or just castling. I feel like this shouldn't work, but maybe I just play queen a5. Like, I have multiple attacks on multiple different flanks. Oh, the same tournament I played Shirov, I also played Sveshnikov, who's also still alive. Look, Sveshnikov, he also just beat me. And this game's on YouTube too. It's from some YouTube channel, Rapid Chess. Oh, let me switch back to this. There we go. Okay, so I could take the bishop and win a pawn. Queenside castle. It's another one of these spots, like a lot of things are winning. I just want to be solid. Yeah, let's take the bishop. Be up 2 pawns. I'll have initiative. I might be winning more stuff, like knight f3, queen e4, attacking this and this. Also ideas of knight d5 and like b5, b4. If here, bishop here, I take. I mean, we trade stuff. I mean, the better approach might be to keep queens on the board. Queen f4 maybe. Let's play queen f4. Just applying pressure. Ideas of this to hit this. Both Sveshnikovs are playing regularly. Or wait. Oh, they're playing in Paris. Or they usually play in Paris. I've never actually been to Paris. I wasn't aware that there's some regular tournament there, but I'm not surprised. Yeah, I would like to go to Paris at some point. It's not like so high on my bucket list, but it would be cool. Rook d4 I kind of forgot about. Could play queen e3. Queen e3. I mean, it feels like my queen should be a target, but it can't easily be attacked. I'm controlling these squares with my bishop. And I want to play knight d5 to attack the pawn. I'm also pinning the knight. And I'm still up 2 pawns, so life is pretty good. You guys want music? I have to figure out how to add music, because I don't want to add something that's like copyrighted and then have the thing be muted for the replay. Okay, this looks like a beautiful move, because how does white defend? Also, I'm threatening this. Maybe there's some weird knight move, like knight h4 defends c3 via x-ray vision, but then I can take and just play some endgame. Do I dare put on Chessbra techno music? Squeal saying no music in all caps. Yeah, I'm not gonna take some of these recommendations. Jazz would probably be more suitable, or like some, I don't know. What I like to listen to, I type in intense focus into Spotify, and it has like all these playlists, like focus instrumental music. So nice. But yeah, I'll look into it. Or maybe someone can look into it for me and then message me later if there's a playable playlist. Coward pawn with 100 bits. guess all playlists are playable by definition, but something that's playable and that's like fair use or copyright free. So I'm up material, I have a good position, but I'm down on time. This could take a while longer. Does music help me play? Not really. Just another distraction. Knight h4, maybe he's listening in. Yeah, it's probably one of the best moves. Let's... Anything else I could take? I mean, I kind of wanted to keep queens on the board, but yeah, it's time to trade. Should save the bishop. It's never too late to castle. Now, I mean, there's only one open file. Maybe use it to trade some stuff. Always play f6. f6 is nice in this case. Kicks away the knight, undermines the rook, prepares e5. Now this move looks nice. Attacking, kind of attacking both rooks. Also hitting c2. Which rook do I want to take? Probably this rook. Knight c4 ideas. Knight takes c2 ideas. Even knight d1 ideas. Knight d1. I mean, white's like almost completely stuck. Like this could be very close to Zugzwang. Like the knight's dominated, the bishop's dominated, the rook's tied down. I played king here because I'm dreaming of this, and then somehow mating. The pawns might need to come into play. Let's play rook d2. Simple threat of this, just trapping the bishop. If knight f3, rook f2. Also, maybe just winning that guy. Do I have mate? Bishop g8? Not quite. Let's start with bishop g8. Just want to see where the king moves. If king b2, I'll take. Now the bishop's trapped. Oh, you just sent me a playlist. Nice. But I'm not sure, like, I'll probably save it for next stream. Because I'm not sure about, like, the audio levels. It would require some testing. This is tricky. But I move away, defend the knight. Now this knight has to go somewhere awkward. Maybe knight h4. Move back here. Restricting the knight. Targeting c2. Let's take a lot of material. No counterplay. Let's try and mate the quickest way possible. Oh, that works. B. Wait. Very close to mating the king in the center. Let's start with this. And then this. Threatening something like c5. Let's do this. I'm really trying to mate the king in the center. So I have to be careful not to stalemate. There we go. Okay. Works out in the end. GG. Yeah, some dubious gambit. just to show some preparation and explain c6, is that after takes, e5 is nice. If takes, takes. Whatever takes back. I mean, if knight takes, I take the pawn. If king takes, I still win back the pawn. And it's a nice line against a Gambit player because it diffuses everything, leads to some better positional game for black. There's one other line which sometimes comes from a different move order. If white plays bishop g5 here, there's knight d7. Then if takes, there's still e5. And after takes, the main reason for playing c6 is to have this move queen a5. Very beautiful. And maybe this has occurred in like master play. And black scores pretty well. Because black just wants to take back. If the bishop trades for knight, then black Starksford bishop is very happy. So, let's go back to tournaments. Wait, is it done? Oh, there's a tournament. Okay. Waiting for a game. The Boncloud Gloria waits. Yeah, I'm done playing the Boncloud for a while. That was maybe a once in a blue moon thing. Or can we say once in a black hole thing? This black hole craze. Okay. Yeah, I'm not aspiring to be a BM. I'm black again. I think I've only been white one game. We have a... This is the first time playing against e4 this stream. So I'm planning to play the dragon. Dragon is probably one of the simplest like Sicilians to play. Black has very harmonious development. And then usually pretty clear attacking plans in the middle game. Bishop c4. Bishop c4 so soon. Is this... maybe it's playable. Dragon's not like my main opening weapon. And I've mainly learned it through teaching it to students. So I'll admit I'm not familiar with this line. I think I'll just like carry through normally. Castle. Get ready to play this. Probably have to look this up afterwards. Yeah, similar to my aspirations of becoming a BM, I don't really have too many aspirations, at least to get the GM title like so soon. Because I have other priorities. And even when you're an IM, it takes a lot of time and effort and traveling to tournaments to get the GM title. And these days I'm more focused on teaching and doing online content. But I'm still playing a little bit. I have a few tournaments coming up, but nothing too intensive. Knight c6. Okay, so we have a position. Looks like white might be going for like this Yugoslav attack. I'm wondering if he somehow tricked me into an accelerated dragon where I commit to d6 early. But maybe that just means it's a normal dragon. I have a feeling here there's moves like Queen a5. There is this game from the US Women's Championship. Was it Tatev Avrahamian against Irina Krush? And there's some early like a5 or Queen a5. Queen b6 could also be playable. But queen b6, there's knight f5. I'm just gonna play bishop d7. I mean, this is usually the normal like development scheme, followed by rook c8. If white plays queen d2 and castles, I'll be back in my prep. Another sub from Forbot FPS. Thanks for subbing. Do appreciate it. Very common plan, and I don't know if it's a plan I'll go for, but it's always something to consider, is rook c8, then either knight move, and then invading the square c4. Now, if like queenside castles, knight e5 is the main line. But I have a different line in mind that I would play, which is maybe a bit less theoretical, but still dangerous and also really interesting. But we'll see what happens. If white doesn't castle, what else does white do? h4 is a move. Okay, so this is a position, yeah, knight e5. I'm sure there's been thousands of games. I'm going to take on d4. And this is actually one of the things, okay, we reached it from a different move order, but this is one of the first lines I show students in the Dragon. Because it's a very, very simple plan. And everything kind of makes sense after bishop takes d4, b5. And the idea is to play a5, a4. Now I am kind of sacking a pawn. If he takes it, it gets kind of interesting. If he doesn't take it, okay, this is coming. And the reason for taking on d4 is to like have control over b5. Bishop supports b5. And now we'll see what happens. Bishop takes a7. Now I have to remember. I play this first. I showed this to a student just a couple days ago, actually. And there's actually a really cool line that if we don't get into, I'll have to show afterwards. Because it's just, it's one of these things that you don't see every day. So b4, I kick the knight, want to have my rook have a little bit more sighting against white's king. The main move is this. I guess knight e2 might also be playable, though it is a bit passive. And very soon I would like to exploit this bishop. Like, I have multiple moves to gain a tempo on the bishop and maybe attack along the a-file. How many pull-ups can I do? At least 5. But like consecutively, I'm not sure. Need a pull-up bar. Okay, this is yeah, this is not the main line, so now I kind of have to think. And this still looks attractive. There's also queen c7. But the idea of a queen a5 hitting the bishop and then bishop a4 actually looks really nice. Because if this bishop goes away, then it's easier to attack stuff. So, hitting the bishop. Bishop pretty much has to move. This is, I mean, these two moves are probably most likely. And it's important to remember, and this is something that if you play the Dragon for a while, you get accustomed to, is that sometimes there's sneak attacks with bishop h6. Doesn't make any sense, at least too soon, but it's always a move to kind of keep in your back pocket. I mean, the clear plan is bishop a4. Maybe even like knight d7 to c5. So bishop a4. I mean, bishop a4, there's a serious threat of takes, and then I made on a1. So bishop a4, if white takes, king b1, I have rook a8. And there's knight c1. Takes, king b1. It still looks fun. I would like to be winning somehow. Bishop a4 takes, king b1. c2 also tender. Maybe bishop h6 there. Takes. Let's just start with this. It's a position that I think is rich enough with ideas. Even if I'm not winning, I should have a nice game. Another sub. Icy defeat. Thanks for subbing. No, it's so nice the A file's open. And like, white was the one who opened the A file for me, taking on A7. So, I'm going to try and keep calculating here, because I'm not entirely sure what I play after this line. I mean, this is standard. Maybe just improving. If I can get the bishop here to like take on c1. Problem is controlling the square another time. Like maybe h5, king h7, bishop h6 ideas. Queen d3, not what I was expecting. The first thing that comes to mind is bishop h6 check, forcing move, followed by bishop b5, and then the queen is actually trapped. I get bishop h6, king b1, bishop b5. The queen has no squares. So then the question is, like, can white play f4? And still this? Maybe I'm just winning a pawn. Would like to win more than a pawn. f4. Bishop there. Queen f3. Takes. It looks nice. It feels so close to just being winning. Just trying to find like the knockout punch. Bishop b5, queen e3. There's also queen g5. Probably not the best. Bishop h6, f4. There's e5, bishop e3. And bishop b5, queen d2. Takes. Bishop d2. Problem is that bishop's staying on b3. Bishop h6, f4. Bishop b5, queen f3. And the pawns are so fragile. I could win f4. I mean, also just like simple preparation. Might have to be patient. Because what does white want to do? Probably taking queen b3. I mean, these lines look so fun. I might be missing something. I'm going to play rook c7. Honestly, rook c7 was a move that I didn't consider until like the last maybe 15 to 20 seconds of my whole like thinking on that move. But it doesn't change too much. It just aims to add another rook into play. I still have all my resources. I'll check back afterwards. Like, I didn't see anything. Maybe Stockfish would see something. King b1, reasonable. Double up. I'd like to bring the knight to c5. Looks very reasonable. Question is, do I include this move first? Rook d2. Do I take first? Or bishop? I mean, I still have bishop h6. Maybe not as strong. Bishop h6 takes on f6. Gets weird. Yeah, knight d7, I mean, this is just a natural plan. I'm allowing the trade of bishops. But then all my pieces will be ready to hopefully have some attack on the queen side. I was honestly thinking this is going to be like an easier game, but White's putting up some defense. And now going for some attack. Knight c5 takes, or bishop e5 first. Let's play knight c5 first. I'm not sure if I want to take on b3 with the knight or the bishop, or just leave all the tension. But there is the idea of just like maybe taking with the bishop and rook a7. Then knight c1 wouldn't be over. So he checks. If I play e5, queen takes d6. Does that work? Takes. Wait, e5, queen takes d6. Takes, defending, and then if it takes rook d7, winning the rook. I think that works. There's this move though. But then I take. I think this is okay. You can call my bluff if he wants. Take the pawn. The important thing after takes. After rook d7, my bishop defends the rook. There's no time to take the bishop, and I would be winning the rook. And the queen defends the pawn, also very important. After takes, there's no intermediate. Queen takes e5. So I'm expecting queen here, but then I'll take, and whenever pawn takes back, I think I just play this. Initiative. Okay, I think I can still do this. Okay, a takes loses on the spot to this. So c takes. Just trying to think ahead, like knight c1, how to make progress. Probably knight e6. And yeah, things are working together. I mean, these moves don't really help save the king. Then I just take. Yeah, this is a beautiful square for the knight. Just so many nice dark squares. combined with the pawns. I might have the idea of taking. I'm down 2 pawns now. Maybe knight d4 first, and he could take. Have this move first. Let's play knight d4 first. It could be that after rook takes d4, white will end up having... Wait, can I count? Yeah, white has 3 pawns for the exchange. But I still have some attack. Wait, check? No. Let's switch over to the C file. Yeah, white's gonna flag. Or will white get mated? This looks very fun. Just resigns. Oh, good game. Okay, was not looking at the chat for probably the last like 3 or 4 minutes. How many chess pieces can I balance on my face? Such insightful questions. There are a lot of things to talk about in that game. I guess there's 2 moments I want to look at. One for myself and one just for the audience. Yeah, I'm going to skip over like the opening move order. I first want to look at the point after queen d3. I really thought there should be something here. There's so many different resources, but I didn't see anything that could work, which is why I played rook c7. I'm just gonna cheat, so we'll get a quick answer from Stockfish. Whoa, so it is saying bishop h6 check is the only way to like win. So bishop h6, f4, bishop takes b3. Can people see this? Yeah, people can see it. Bishop takes b3. Ah, I forgot I could win the e4 pawn like this. Yeah, I don't think this crossed my mind. I guess this is like nice for black. Like there's ideas of this. These files are open. I won back the pawn. There's different x-rays against the king. Okay, so that was the first moment. The other moment came earlier. I'm not accepting challenges right now. Sorry, guys. Privacy. Never. I'll change this sometime in the future, though. After b4, I want to show this to people in the chat. Also, another sub. Thank you, Drewbert Scoobert. And thanks for the comment. Been waiting for my Prime sub. Nice. So, in this position, there's a really cool line. Let's turn off engine. And I'll leave this as kind of a test for the chat. There's one key move I'll try and have you guys find. After knight d5, there's this main line. After takes, and then wait, what is it? I have to remember. Queen a5, and bishop d4. And this is actually the position which inspired me to play this line. It's like the next move in this position. It's just so beautiful that okay, I don't really have the dragon as my main weapon, but it's kind of a nice sideline. It's inspired me to teach this to students. Black to move in this position. I'll let the chat think. I'm gonna make some more tea. So black to move. Feel free to take your time, and I'll be back. What are people saying? Whoa, okay, rook takes c2, rook takes c2, queen takes a2, rook c4, rook c3, move out with the uptime, queen a1 mate. That would be nice if it was legal. Rook c3, rook c3. The ice with some explanation. Bishop d f3. Bishop d f3. e5, bishop h6, e5, rook c2, rook a8, bishop a4. Okay, some of you are right. I'm curious if anyone's seen this before. The move here is rook takes c2. It's incredible. Like, this doesn't happen every day. 3 different pieces can take the rook. But whatever white takes back with, it's fine for black. I think the worst way white can take back is with the king. Because then after, was it rook c8? Or no. Oh, bishop f5 first, preventing king b1. Then king c1, rook c8. This is like already winning for black. If bishop c2, you can take on a2, and this is a threat. It's beautiful, like white's up a full rook, but it doesn't matter. So king c2 fails. If queen takes c2, then simply rook c8. And I think this leads to a position which is approximately equal, but it should still be pleasant for black. One draw in Master's database. Yeah, we could use Stockfish too. Oops. L, right? Yeah, white has to be precise, like takes, and then like king b1 is necessary, otherwise I think there's bishop f5 ideas. What is this line? Bishop takes, queen c5, king b1. Yeah, like usually the 2 rooks are okay against the queen, but here, with the inclusion of this bishop and this being a bad bishop, ideas of this, it's just more pleasant for black. What if bishop c2 here? Queen f2, yeah, white has all these potential weaknesses in the pawns. And then one more line after rook takes c2. Oops, what did I just do? Rook takes c2 in this position. If bishop takes c2, then there's this nice move, queen takes a2. And it's somewhat of a mess, but if you're playing this as black and you just know like these resources, and you're good enough at like calculating forcing lines, it should be very possible to figure things out. Computer's a bit confused, but this is so much more difficult to play as white. There's so many things to worry about. So anyway, that's some inspiration to play the dragon. The game didn't go down this route. I missed some opportunity in this position. But I still had like some nice dragon plans. It was a long fight, and eventually things worked out. Okay, so maybe I'll post that on YouTube. Maybe I'll make a YouTube clip of that, of just the dragon game with analysis. Because I don't think I've had any YouTube content just on the dragon. So for the YouTube audience, thanks for watching. Let me know like if you want to see specific opening content. If there's openings that you play that you want to see. The Twitch chat can let me know too. But yeah, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the future. Alright, Twitch audience, I'll play one more game, at least. I'm 182. I have a streak. Yeah, let's do one more. If I end up playing the dragon, any chance of Marazzi bind? Oh, so if I play against the dragon. You can only do Marazzi bind against accelerated dragon. We do have a Sicilian. What am I teaching against Sicilian? I'm gonna play knight f3, but I'm gonna play some sideline. Yeah, like the simple opening, at least for students, is to usually either play the Rossolimo or play like the bishop e5 check line, and then just complete development and then decide what to do later. But we might actually be getting like some theoretical game here. I mean, this has been a hot topic opening lately with the World Championship match. And I'll admit, I know very little about any specific theory. I just have like a general idea like where the pieces should go. I'm playing rook e1 because in some cases the bishop goes back. Other cases I just take. I'm just trying to be flexible. There's one idea I remember. I'm trying to imagine if it can potentially work out. Like this is probably the prime opportunity to take, to not allow bishop d7. But I'm going to play h3, which prevents bishop g4. It does allow bishop d7, which means that I'm going to preserve the bishop. And there's an interesting idea here. I don't know if it's actually the same move order or if something has changed within the move order. And okay, of course it depends what black plays next. Black's playing e6, so I was actually hoping for a6. But this will be a different game. Maybe after the game I'll show what I would do against a6. Here I would like to play d4. Just have a nice center. Let's do it. Grabbing space. All the minor pieces are still on the board. I'm gonna get some more tea. I have a box of tea bags here. People see this? This is like my kind of tea. Turmeric, or honey chai turmeric vitality. Can't spell that without Eric. Let's play knight c3, and I'll be back. Okay, queen b6, and this looks attractive. I poured hot water. I need the bag. I have a threat of doing this. I also have a threat of drinking tea. Not sure which is stronger. Queen d8, giving me 2 free tempi. How do I maximize? This is not defended. I could attack it. And then bishop c8. But really, like, bishop f4, e5, I guess? Could play d5 right away, and d5 is interesting. Because d5, if takes, the e-file opens in my favor. If black doesn't take, I take here. It's time for d5. When your opponent plays slow in the opening and you're developed, you want to open the center. It's like the main plan in chess. Wait, aren't you supposed to put the water before you put the bag? That's what I've been told by multiple people. Because if you put the bag and then the water, like the hot water can destroy the bag. But, I mean, that might not change the fact that I might be a monster. It depends on the tea. I need to do more research. Bag first. Huh. I mean, the proper way to make tea is without a bag and with like the loose leaf stuff. But that's too advanced for me. Can I take here? Or do I take here first? Man, the chat is blowing up on how to make tea. Oh man. Okay, I think I should take here first. I want to keep... Actually, I don't know what I want to do. I want to win this pawn. Can I just take it right away? Probably can. Takes, takes, takes. I mean, that looks really good. My king's not weak, because black can't really attack it. Oh, hot water can burn coffee. Okay, Copy Potzer seems very knowledgeable. There's a word that was just mentioned. I don't know if I want to say it. I don't know what it means though. All tea should be boofed. No idea what that means. Thanks for the bits, G Spates. Appreciate that. And thanks Camel Clutcher for answering questions. Yeah, if people have questions, just get Camel Clutcher to answer. I can probably endorse most of his answers. Okay, so I could take here first, I could take here first. Might as well take with the knight. This pawn's weak. If takes, takes, I win another pawn. B2 could fall. But that's okay. Yeah, life is very good. What is yerba? Oh, yerba is a type of tea. Oh, your first bits. You're kind of new to Twitch. Well, congratulations. Yeah, a lot of people get confused because there's bits, there's subs, like all these new Twitch terms. Yeah, this is a nice opening. Black just played a little too slowly. Now is getting punished. I mean, this is a dream, right? Like, sit back, relax, enjoy the position, drink some tea. Okay. We've traded queens. If king goes here, it's on an open file. Let's take the pawn. If rook b8, I play this, attacking this. Bishop takes, rook b1. Yeah, so I'm up a pawn. Position's very nice. My pieces are more active. This is still weak. Black's rooks are not connected. So now maybe there's some decision. Do I play this? attacking this but allowing king f7? Or do I play this, preventing king f7? I like the prophylactic move. Just trying to keep this rook stuck. And then preparing rook b7, bishop g5, maybe the double up on the 7th. Okay, here I can play bishop h6. If king g8, I probably have to move the knight. And then knight c4, keep some initiative. Yeah, the pigs on the 7th. That's the dream. Okay, so bishop g7, so maybe now I can calculate takes. Rook here, probably king. Oh, if king f6, I have e5. So probably king f8. But then here, and my dream will come true. I guess there's rook here, but then the knight's still pinned. And my dream will still come true. Also, rook here, there's knight d6. Winning material. Let's just make sure, knight d6, rook d8 takes. There is king f8. But then I can play e5, and if he takes, I take, defending the rook. Or wait, no, e5, the rook's still hanging. What's going on here, here? Takes. Oh, king f8, I take on e6. If king f6, I play e5. Okay. So everything works out. GG. Rating keeps going up. 2 points. Yeah, I'll show one quick idea. I'm not sure if this was the exact position, but it's a similar idea. There's a nice trick here. Is after bishop, or after a6, I was going to play bishop c4, which looks kind of maybe pointless because it encourages black to play b5. But there's a nice kind of underlying positional idea after bishop to f1. So it seems like white just wastes the tempo moving c4 and then f1. White can actually use the fact that black has played b5 to his advantage. And the plan here, like let's say knight f6, the plan is a4. Like very nice positional move. And it's very subtle. Like white's not winning material, but it weakens black in such a way, like black either has to overextend, then maybe the bishop can return, or I think if rook b8, could even consider knight a3, or taking and then knight a3, but something like this could be nice. So very subtle, like positional chess. I think it comes from a different move order though. It comes after d6, castling, bishop d7. I think in this move order, it's probably more common. Yeah, bishop c4. Let's go to masters. Yeah, we can see, okay, it's only been played 4 times. Oh, maybe it's not so well known yet. I thought b5, I thought the computer really likes this for white. Or maybe just some slight edge. Okay. Just another tidbit of opening prep. Yeah, one more game. Wait, it's 4:10 already. I'm a little bit tired. It's taking too long. Maybe not one more game. I'm kind of tired. I want some sushi. It's happy hour, like most places. Like this is prime time for happy hour. And by happy hour I mean like discounted sushi. So I think I'm gonna end things there. I'm sorry to like tease one more game. But I'm finishing clean, kind of. Thanks guys for watching. Favorite sushi roll. There's a place in St. Louis, they have what's called the OMG roll, and they light it on fire. And then you say OMG and you eat it. It's really good.